It's taken me years to get to this place where I feel ready, and it's time. Just divine timing is here to speak openly, publicly about the interdimensional work that I have been doing for many, many years. And specifically today, how that has given me a quality of life that I didn't even dream of, that I didn't even know was available to me or that was possible. And as my life unfolds more and more, and I get to see what it is that I'm here to experience, I just being in the flow and seeing what unfolds, it's becoming more and more obvious to me that moving beyond the physical and experiencing the further dimensions of consciousness, of interdimensional experience, of the perceived external reality, moving beyond what we know it to be, moving beyond the physical, for me, has brought an exceptional and magnificent quality of life that I'm excited to keep exploring and journeying through. And this is something that I want to share a little bit today, and that certainly bring in more of an intentional way into the work that I do, the containers that we hold, and the experiences that we share with our practitioners, particularly. So this video is a little bit different to my kind of point of view or sharing some teachings, and there will be some of that in there. It's, I guess, more of a personal share, an opportunity for me also to be a little bit vulnerable and open and share some deeper aspects of myself that I just, again, haven't really done publicly for various reasons. And if you are planning on joining our new container, Ancient Fire Quantum Future, I will speak to that in that container. It's something that I've been reflecting on recently, why it's taken me so long to speak publicly about this kind of interdimensional work. And so, there's, on every level, there's something to share there. There's the sharing of parts, of fears, of burdens that I hold, as well as the knowing of the right time, divine timing. And now it is here. So what I guess, to give a reference point of what I am speaking for, specifically the other realms of experience within this scope of this life that we have access to. And for me, there are two, I guess, let's say, perceived aspects of our reality, the inner and the outer. It's a topic for another conversation at another time, as a personal exploration, whether the external really is here, whether it is really external, or whether it is a projection of our internal. But let's just say there's an external and there's an internal in this experience of life. And for me, it starts with the internal space, exploring the internal space, building the internal resources in order to journey in a stable way more and more into our internal space, and then to the dimensions that we have access to, the universe that we have access to from this internal place. Building those resources is really key. Becoming stable to do this work is really, really key. And then from this place, our whole perception of the external before our very eyes, before our very body, shifts and changes. That's my personal experience. I believe that that's something that I know in my life to be true. The more I tend to my inner temple, the more my external reality shifts and changes. And there are various ways that I am able to do that U-turn and go inside. And some of it has to do with my external reality. It has to do with tending to my external reality. I feel that where I'm in a constant, like, infinity loop with this, that it doesn't start somewhere and end somewhere. It's like a self-feeding dance and play. When I clear my environment, I've spent years really getting rid of stuff and packing things away and whittling things down and having things in their proper place. And the impact that that's had on my mental state and my emotional state and my sense of clarity and just cutting away that old energy, all of that has helped me to be more stable when I journey inwards and be clearer. The way that I work with my external temples, my external altars, how the energy of that holds me in my day-to-day life and feeds my day-to-day life, that in turn also helps me to be stable, more clear, more embodied. And so that when I go into my inner journey, I feel that I'm there in a more full way. And then the interplay, so that journeying, the toning, the exploration, the awareness of my internal state, the work that I do with my internal family system, the exploration, the confidence that I build, the deeper sense of trust that my internal system has within for me, so that I can journey deeper into myself, that in turn affects my external reality. It gives me a deeper sense of knowingness about what I am and where I am and my place in this world and what nature is. The more I understand, the more the external world actually makes much more sense to me. And exercising those lines of communication within myself, ultimately with higher self, with my guides, enables me to come out here and communicate with nature more, to through my internal channel be connected to the unseen dimensions. And with exercising that, when I'm in my external world, I just feel a greater capacity and skill set to commune with nature. These extra senses, this extra sensory perception for me is heightened through that internal work and through this dance and interplay of both. And so I've come to realize there was this penny drop moment in the last couple of years where as my study with lifestyle is getting deeper and deeper in understanding the aspects, the real tangible physical aspects of my lifestyle that I have put in place in order to be able to recover the energy that has become depleted in my system, to stabilize my system, stabilize my mental, emotional, and physical plane, work with my generators, do that recalibration work, the detoxing, the rejuvenation, all of the quantic work that I'm doing to really tend to myself and recalibrate my system. In doing that and developing this lifestyle around it, I've started to broaden my understanding of lifestyle into and combining it with this sense of quality of life and experience of life. And this realization that I've had that this continual inner journey and external journey, this exploration of these interdimensional spaces within the innerverse, and then within this external reality, being able to perceive other dimensions of existence also as my extra senses are really being finely tuned, how much of an additional quality of life this is bringing to me. The realization around that has been just truly mind-blowing. And to feed that into my system and to have that as like, wow, this life is a truly miraculous and magnificent, and my quality of life, my experience of life has truly elevated, and that is impacting my quality of life. To have that as what I'm feeding myself with, to give deeper value and meaning for my part, really, because the self knows and the higher self knows, because I simply am a fabric, part of the fabric of this reality. I am creator. I am, and I'm doing my parts are doing their best to continually be in this process of them refining and evolving and stepping back and letting me be embodied in myself and higher self. And this journey in itself is just so, has become so fascinating. And for my parts to be on this journey with me, to take them on this journey with me so they can see the value in this, has actually helped my internal system of my parts understand their roles better and be able to relax back, because they go, oh right, okay, well, this is about experiencing life. This is about enjoying life at this fundamental level as a force of nature, being a force of nature, and experience the fullness of what life and consciousness is and has to offer us, what life has to offer us, and what it is to be consciousness within this space, and to play with this and experience it at its fundamental, most joyous, peaceful level. And just yesterday, I had the fourth hummingbird come directly to my face in, I think it's the fourth one in the 2 weeks that I've been here in the States. And for me, that's the four of stability. And the hummingbird is the joy, the pure joy of life. Like, this is it. This is the joy. This is the peace that we are here to experience. So when we start to recode our belief system with, I am here to experience these aspects of life and it brings me this quality of life, it can really transform our system. And that's what I'm here to share with you today. I really am truly grateful for this moment to connect with you, and I hope that this touched you in some way.